Hi guys, I'm Sarah St. Clair. I just launched sarahstclair.com. Probably my favorite part about the website so far is the blog section because what I'm doing is talking about the sex industry to normal people, like explaining what it's like. I mean, we're not all methed out hookers sitting in Motel 6 shooting heroin all day. A lot of us go to work and we come home and have normal lives with our families. So, um, if you go on my website, you'll see that I explain like the different types of escort levels, like the difference between escort and sugar baby, whatever. I mainly talk about sugar babies because I've always considered myself more of one. At one point, I did the escort route, and it was. I'll never talk bad about them because time-wise, they have it the easiest. They have their booker do all of their checking, background checks, IDs, everything. Like, their booker checks, they get the call, they're there in an hour, and bam. If it's a porn star, they're getting at least 1,000, if not more. I mean, damn, 1,000's even low for a porn star. But but then you have sugar babies. You find these girls on websites like Seeking Arrangements, Sugar Daddy for Me, Sugar Daddy Site. There's a whole bunch of different ones. My very good friend on Instagram, at Cavalli_Barbie, she is my sugar plum fairy fucking idol. This is the girl who can recruit a guy standing alone with him in an elevator. He'll compliment her. She'll use her little sugar plum fairy magic, and ta-da! Like the guy's giving her 20 grand a month. Her and I have had great conversations. I like more of the settle down life. She has townhouses in every other major city, travels everywhere, but the amount this bitch gets a month is more than the average American makes in a year, to put it lightly. And I mean, even sitting here trying to describe what like a sugar arrangement is, it's so diverse. Like, I know girls that are waitressing, and they have the regulars that they'll hang out with after work for an extra few hundred, to make up for the night if it was slow. I know single moms, the chicks that their husbands skipped out, aren't paying child support, they're working two jobs, they have like an extra 2 hours a week, so they have their sugar daddy that they see that helps with their bills. Then there's college girls who like to go shopping. It's so diverse, but at the same time, each situation is so unique. But it's honestly the most simple relationship ever. Each party knows what they're gonna get. There's no expectations. In fact, expectations are set from the get-go. This is what you get. This is what you get. If you both agree, then it's a fair transaction. Although in the sugar world, we don't use transaction. We use the word allowance because transactional is too, I don't say escorting because that sounds like a derogatory term, but in the sugar world, we don't like to feel like they're paying for sex. Like, I mean, I go on dates with guys and I quiz them. I ask them all about their job, all about their field, what their favorite books are, who inspired them, like how they got to where they are. I mean, I have a lot of post-secondary schooling, but I probably have more education than most people with a PhD do just by listening and asking these questions. So, personally for me, I value the connection. Like, I enjoy getting dressed up and I'm an attention whore, I'm not gonna lie. So I like to get all dolled up and go to a nice restaurant, walk in with a man much older than myself, have a nice bottle of champagne, and just quiz him, ask all sorts of questions. God, there's these bees everywhere. I'm allergic to bees. Well, anyways, but yeah, like I quiz these guys and I just ask every question I can. And the thing is, like, even sugar daddies also refer to themselves as mentors. Like, they've got to a certain point in life and they want to help whatever sugar baby that they choose get to whatever point she wants to be at. Because, I mean, I don't think everybody wants to just suck dick until they're 50. So yeah, no, like, I know a lot of guys who are, like, super inclined to want to help girls pay their tuition, pay for their textbooks, give them part-time jobs, internships, whatever. So I think it's a great thing. As far as the escorting goes, clearly, legal point, sex for money is illegal. Escorting is time in exchange for money. You rented out their time. They block their time for you on their calendar. So you compensate them otherwise. Okay, so now that part's over. Let's get to it. I don't have a personal vendetta against Backpage girls. In fact, I don't think I even know any. I've heard there's a couple okay ones, but I have heard a lot of horror stories. I've heard of girls walking in, getting the money and running out. I've heard of girls with bodyguards walking in with them and robbing them. I've heard of girls just straight up like taking wallets. Oh, hookers love to take watches. That is a fun fact for you. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard a guy tell me, yeah, like I hired this girl for the evening, and when she left, she took one of my watches. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard that stories. Hookers love watches. But I mean, if you're new to the hobby scene, whatever, I highly recommend agencies, because you have the agent who is going to book the girl out, and she's going to have to give her percentage of whatever she makes to him. And if she gives a really bad job, he's going to know about it. She's going to get a bad review. If she gets a bad review, she's not going to work again. Until I got into this industry, I didn't realize like how strongly reviews are, but reviews are very, very, very important in the escort world, apparently. And like, if you fuck a client over and they write a bad review, you're gonna have a hell of a hard time getting another booking. So agencies are always a good route. There's also a lot of independent girls on, Arrows, whatnot. I guess just say look for the girls who are verified, who have good reviews. I don't know. Then, like I said, there are the real life girls. Like you meet in a hotel bar, or whatever. There's another B. There's another B. I cannot tell you anything about those girls. I travel a lot. I love to go downstairs and have dinner at the hotel bar just because I love people. I study communications. So I just like to talk to people. And I cannot tell you how many times I've been propositioned, hey, go come upstairs. But I probably could have made a fuck ton of money if I wanted to, but I don't know. It just was never comfortable enough, I guess. But I did have some friends that had questions for me. So let's lead into this. Oh no, the one point that I missed though. This whole subject whatnot got brought about by my Uber driver. We were talking about the industry, whatever, and he goes, I don't know, like I don't think I could ever just like pay a girl to have sex with me. I'm like, hey, you're not paying her to have sex with you. You're paying for her companionship, for her effort, for the fact that she's getting dressed up and making you feel like a fucking king. And also, why do you order pizza? You can make it at home. It's just a lot more easier to order it. And the same thing can go for the adult world. Most of my sugar daddies are mid 40s, early 50s, maybe some pushing 60, I don't know. But, they're workaholics. They've been divorced once or twice, and they don't have time for the bullshit. They'd rather just cut to the point, say, I want to take you out. This is what I'm expecting. This is what you're going to get. And if we agree on everything, then sure. Good to go. Like, I truly don't think I've ever had an experience with ew, a dirty old creeper. No, those are the guys that hangs out at Hooters. Like, the guys I see are handsome, very clean-cut businessmen. So, one guy's like, oh, ew, she's a hooker, she sleeps around with dirty men. No. Most of the guys that I would see are girls, are the girls that want to date these guys, but they don't have time for it. One of my really good friends, in fact, like, I care about him tremendously, but this man does not have the time to have a girlfriend. So, establish a sugar relationship out of it. How do I find women like you? As I said, like, websites, so Seeking Arrangement, Sugar Daddy for Me, sugardaddy.com. I mean, honestly, even if you just, like, hit girls up on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, like I said, I know almost every other girl I know has a sugar daddy. It's really not hard to find. Approach a girl in real life, be like, hey, I really like you, I don't have time, but I would like to spoil you, and just cut to the point, because believe it or not, most girls are very susceptible to it. Sorry, I have a speech impediment. It adds character though. Do I have to give gifts also? You don't have to. Again, like, it all depends on the arrangement. If the girl just wants to go shopping, then good for you. I mean, gifts are always appreciated by all means. One of my favorite gifts I got was actually a little Nightmare Before Christmas hat. I was talking to this guy and I told him that I was obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas. I loved Tim Burton, and like, I was bartending at the time, and he showed up at my work and ordered his drink, tipped me enormously. I was like, oh, by the way, I picked this up for you, and it was a Jack Skellington hat. And I just love that. Like, it's, at least for me, it's the little things, like, to show that you're actually listening to what I'm saying instead of looking at my tits. So, it just, like I said, it just depends on the arrangement. Are gifts expected? No, but they're always appreciated. Will women travel if I don't live in a big city? And also in smaller cities/towns? As I said, you can find them anywhere. I'm sure if you lived in a very small town, you could still go to a local bar, approach a waitress, especially in a small town. I'm sure the waitress is not making good money. So, okay, hold a thought. I'm not saying every girl's a whore. I'm not. But for the most part speaking, if there's a reasonably attractive, seemingly older, safe, nice gentleman offering to help her, I don't think she's going to say no. So, to continue, I think a small town would be easier because they don't have as many options. But yeah, I know in Seeking Arrangements, I know a lot of girls that just fly around, like, their sugar daddy will fly them to whatever city that their business meeting is in that week. Obviously you're going to pay for their airfare, accommodations, and they're going to be with you overnight, so I would hope that it would cost more. But yes, that's definitely an option, and especially for the married guys, like, meeting girls out of town is always so much safer. Sounds so easy. If so, why don't a lot more girls do this? Because finding a good sugar daddy is like finding a needle in a fucking haystack. I would be on my back all day if I could just, if it was so easy. But no, you're sorting through emails, you're constantly responding to text messages. 70% of the guys will message you out of interest, and then you won't hear back from them. There's the chatters, the video collectors, you know, the ones who just want to, like, talk to you all day because they're not going to be able to talk to you in real life. Or the guys who just want to see, like, nude pictures of every girl in town. Those guys, I've lost my patience at this point in my career. I've said, I'm a porn star, Google me. If not, I'll sell you a picture. But, no, and, one of the things my producer and I were talking about before this was safety, and I said that I was going to talk about safety because it is very iffy. With escort agencies, and even what I do is, I demand at least 2 forms of ID and a way to show like where you work. I think that's very, very reasonable, seeing as if I'm gonna meet you, I don't want to be abducted, Amber Alert, you know. And I guess the same thing can be said for the Backpage girls. Like, how do I know those girls aren't gonna rob me? Like I said, reviews. If it's a sugar arrangement, your best bet if it's a sugar arrangement. What I used to always do is just meet public for a drink, talk, get to know each other, see if there's chemistry. I mean, what I've always done is like, okay, I'll show you my ID. You show me your ID. In fact, I've never done this, but I actually had a girlfriend. She met up with a guy for lunch, and they were gonna go back to his house, and she took a picture of his license plate and sent it to her girlfriend. I was like, hey, I'm getting in this car. So I mean, there are definitely ways to be safe. I really didn't want to touch on the subject initially because, yeah, just because it's not the most safest thing, but sure beats an honest day of work. So